In a world drowning in noise, only the quietest men wield the loudest power. They don't announce their strength, they embody it. They don't chase validation, they command respect through action. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we don't just talk about self-mastery, we live it. Today we're cutting through the chaos to reveal the 11 subtle traits that separate real Sigma males from the wannabes. These aren't flashy labels or hollow boasts. They're the quiet, undeniable markers of a man who has forged himself in the fires of discipline, independence, and unshakable purpose. If you're ready to discover what it truly means to walk the Sigma path, keep watching. This is where the real work begins. 1. The deceptive stillness superpower, listening. Real Sigmas don't just tolerate silence, they wield it like a weapon. While others scramble to fill the air with chatter, the Sigma male listens, observes, and absorbs every detail. Their silence isn't awkward or empty, it's a high-powered antenna, picking up on micro-expressions, tonal shifts, and the unspoken agendas swirling around them. This ability to decrypt the room gives them a terrifyingly accurate grasp of the truth, allowing them to speak only when their words can shift the entire paradigm. Wannabes, meanwhile, perform silence like a cheap magician's trick, a forced pause, waiting for applause but never truly hearing. They tolerate your words until their spotlight returns, missing the deeper currents that real Sigmas navigate effortlessly. The ancient Stoics understood that listening is a gateway to wisdom. True strength lies not in the volume of your voice but in the precision of your perception. For the Sigma, silence is a forge where chaos is distilled into clarity, a deliberate choice to prioritize understanding over noise. It's this quiet power that sets them apart, turning a simple conversation into a battlefield of insight where they hold the upper hand. Picture a tense negotiation. The wannabe Sigma sits quietly, but his mind races, plotting his next grand statement. When he speaks, it's hollow off-target, a swing and a miss. The real Sigma, however, has been mapping the room's undercurrents, every hesitation, every glance. When he finally opens his mouth, it's a single razor-sharp insight that cuts through the clutter and realigns the entire discussion. His power isn't in how much he says, it's in how much he sees. This deceptive stillness is the Sigma's secret edge. It's not about being quiet for mystery's sake, it's about harnessing observation to move with surgical precision through a noisy world. Wannabes use silence as a prop, real Sigmas use it as a foundation for dominance. It's the difference between posturing and knowing. 2. Velvet Sledgehammer leadership, action over announcing. Real Sigmas don't declare their leadership, they embody it. You won't catch them barking orders or plastering motivational quotes across their walls. Their influence flows from consistent, flawless execution, every action purposeful, every move a silent testament to their competence. The results pile up like bricks in a fortress, built without fanfare, drawing others in through sheer gravitational pull. Wannabes mistake leadership for a costume, loud proclamations, empty hustle posts, and contrived mystery. They announce grand campaigns but vanish when the trenches need digging. The real Sigma's leadership is felt, not heard, a quiet force that silences doubters and inspires followers organically. Stoicism teaches that actions define a man, not his titles. A real Sigma lives this truth, letting his work carve his legacy while others waste breath on self-promotion. His leadership isn't about ego, it's about results. A steady hand that turns vision into reality without needing a megaphone. This is the kind of strength that endures, rooted in doing rather than declaring. Imagine a team staring down a brutal deadline. The wannabe Sigma is busy crafting a social media post about his grind, but when the heat rises he's gone. The real Sigma, meanwhile, is already in motion, solving problems, cutting through obstacles, delivering outcomes. His team doesn't follow because he demands it. They follow because his actions command it, a velvet sledgehammer that shapes the world without a sound. This quiet competence is the Sigma's way of bending reality to his will. It's not about being seen as a leader, it's about being one. Wannabes chase the spotlight. Real Sigmas let their work light the way. That's the kind of leadership that lasts, unshakable, undeniable, and built to stand the test of time. 3. The impenetrable vault, privacy as power. Mistake their discretion for secrecy at your peril. Real Sigmas cultivate privacy like a master craftsman shapes steel. It's a sanctuary for thought, strategy, and unbroken focus. Their life isn't a curated Instagram feed, It's classified intelligence, shared only on a need-to-know basis. Every revelation is strategic, minimal, and never for applause. Wannabes pose as private while shouting, "Look how mysterious I am." Their calculated leaks, moody aesthetics, and faux solitude posts are just bait for attention, wrapped in black and white filters. They crave the reaction their privacy provokes. The real Sigma's silence isn't a hook. It's a moat guarding a fortress of authentic, self-sustaining power. In Stoic thought, privacy is a shield against the chaos of the external world. It's a space where a man can refine his mind and purpose without the distortion of others' opinions. Real Sigmas understand this instinctively, protecting their inner world not out of fear, but out of reverence for its strength. Their discretion isn't a game, it's a deliberate act of self-mastery. Think of the wannabe Sigma dropping cryptic hints about his life, fishing for curiosity. He's not private, he's performing privacy, a hollow shell begging for validation. The real Sigma, though, shares only what serves his mission. His life is a vault, and access is a privilege earned through trust and alignment. He doesn't need to broadcast his depth, it radiates naturally. This impenetrable vault is the Sigma's bedrock of power. It's not about hiding, it's about preserving the space where true strength is forged. Wannabes use privacy as a mask, real Sigmas use it as armor. That's the line between a fleeting image and a lasting force. For effortless detachment, hierarchy is background noise. Real Sigmas don't rage against the system, they operate on a different wavelength entirely. Alpha/beta debates, corporate ladders, social pecking orders? It's all irrelevant static. Their energy isn't wasted climbing or dismantling, it's channeled into crafting their own parallel reality. They move through the world unbound, focused on a personal North Star that renders societal rankings meaningless. Wannabes are tragically obsessed, constantly positioning themselves, railing against inferior types, performing superiority. It's a desperate cry to be seen outside a system they're still tethered to. The real Sigma defines himself by his own orbit, indifferent to the pull of external hierarchies. Stoicism preaches freedom through detachment, mastering what's within your control and letting the rest fade. Real Sigmas live this, unshaken by the games others play. Their detachment isn't rebellion, it's a higher focus, a refusal to let the noise dictate their path. This is the essence of their independence, a quiet, unshakable sovereignty. Picture a room buzzing with status games. The wannabe Sigma is busy flexing his outsider cred, sneering at the betas, yet he's still caught in the web. The real Sigma? He's already building something else, untouched, unconcerned. He's not anti-system, he's beyond it, crafting a life that answers only to his own standards. This effortless detachment is the Sigma's ultimate liberation. It's not about rejecting the world, it's about transcending it. Wannabes are trapped in comparison. Real Sigmas are too busy forging their own destiny to care. That's the freedom of a man who knows his own worth. 5. Core of Tungsten. Substance is the only currency. Flash is the wannabe's oxygen. Real Sigmas breathe the rarefied air of substance. Their value glows from an unbreakable core of principle and competence. No designer labels screaming for attention, no hollow boasts cluttering their space. Their world is lean, functional, built for purpose over performance. Every possession, action, and word aligns with an internal code that doesn't bend for trends. Wannabes are chameleons, shifting values and aesthetics to fit the crowd, dazzling but weightless. The Sigma is bedrock, his consistency a force of nature that draws people in through sheer reliability. Stoicism holds that true wealth lies in character, not flash. Real Sigmas embody this, crafting lives of depth over display. Their substance isn't loud, it's magnetic, a quiet power that stands firm when the glitter fades. This is the currency that buys respect, not applause. Imagine the wannabe Sigma flashing his latest purchase, desperate to signal status. The real Sigma wears what works, his presence rooted in something deeper. He doesn't need to prove his worth, it's woven into every move he makes. People don't just notice him, they feel him, drawn to a solidity that can't be faked. This core of tungsten is the Sigma's true strength. It's not about being flashy, it's about being unbreakable. Wannabes chase the next shiny thing. Real Sigmas set the standard others can't reach. That's the difference between a moment's gleam and a lifetime's weight. 6. The human Swiss Army knife, adaptable independence. Real Sigmas embody fluid sovereignty, independence that's not a brittle lone wolf act, but a dynamic ability to thrive solo or sync with a team when it suits their purpose. They operate with ruthless efficiency alone, yet integrate seamlessly when strategy calls for it, all while holding their core intact. Collaboration isn't codependence, it's a calculated move. Wannabes confuse independence with rigid isolation, rejecting help or connection as threats to their fragile facade, snapping under pressure they can't handle alone. The real Sigma bends without breaking, pivots without losing his way. Stoicism teaches that strength is adaptability, facing reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. Real Sigmas master this, flowing through challenges with a resilience that's both supple and unyielding. Their independence isn't a pose, it's a tool sharpened for the long game. This is the kind of freedom that thrives in any storm. Think of a crisis unfolding. The wannabe Sigma stands alone, refusing aid, and crumbles when the weight gets real. The real Sigma assesses, adapts, working solo or pulling in allies as needed, emerging stronger. His independence isn't a trophy, it's a Swiss Army knife, ready for any scenario without fanfare. This adaptability is the Sigma's edge. It's not about being a loner, it's about being self-sufficient yet versatile. Wannabes cling to their brittle image. Real Sigmas wield their independence like a weapon. That's the difference between breaking and building. 7. Internal validation engine, silent self-knowledge. Clapping crowds mean nothing to a real Sigma. They run on an internal validation engine, success, worth, and direction measured by a deep, unshakable self-awareness. External praise is noted, may be appreciated, but it's never the fuel. Their confidence is quiet, forged in personal benchmarks, not public cheers. Wannabes are applause junkies, every move a plea for likes, comments, and nods of approval. They check metrics obsessively, wilting without the crowd's roar. The Sigma's peace comes from knowing his own score, answerable only to himself. Stoicism demands you look inward for truth. Real Sigmas live this, their compass calibrated by their own standards, not the shifting winds of opinion. This self-knowledge isn't arrogance, it's a fortress shielding them from the chaos of external judgment. It's the kind of strength that needs no stage. Picture the wannabe Sigma refreshing his feed, his mood swinging with every notification. The real Sigma tracks his progress in silence, each step a victory only he needs to see. He doesn't crave your approval, he's too busy refining his own path. That's a man who's free in a way the crowd can't touch. This internal engine is the Sigma's quiet power. It's not about ignoring the world, it's about owning your measure of it. Wannabes chase validation, real Sigmas generate it. That's the line between a hollow shell and a solid core. 8. Emotional alchemy, pressure is their catalyst. Watch a real Sigma in chaos, they don't suppress emotion, they transmute it. Stress, conflict, uncertainty, these aren't threats, but raw materials shaped in the furnace of their discipline into focus, strategy, and action. Their calm isn't a void, it's command, energy harnessed with laser-like precision. Wannabes crack under heat, their fake stoicism melting into reactivity and blame. They shout to seem strong or freeze to seem detached. The Sigma uses pressure as a whetstone, his control a focused intensity that turns storms into momentum. Stoicism sees emotions as tools, not tyrants. Real Sigmas master this alchemy, channeling what they feel into what they do. Their resilience isn't numbness, it's a deliberate choice to rule their inner world, bending chaos to their will. This is strength refined, not denied. Imagine a high-stakes showdown. The wannabe Sigma unravels, yelling or sulking, his mask slipping. The real Sigma stands steady, eyes clear, turning the tension into a plan. He doesn't break, he builds, each challenge sharpening his edge. That's a man who doesn't just survive pressure, he thrives in it. This emotional alchemy is the Sigma's fire. It's not about being cold, it's about being in charge. Wannabes are slaves to their feelings. Real Sigmas are their architects. That's the difference between crumbling and conquering. 9. The anti-performance mentality, genuine presence. Real Sigmas are radically present. They engage the world as it is, not as a stage for their image. There's no audience in their head, no script they're following for applause. Their actions flow from intent, not optics, a raw authenticity that cuts through pretense. Wannabes live on a set, every word, post, and pause calculated for effect, their energy drained by self-surveillance. The Sigma's presence is unself-conscious, a natural gravity that comes from inhabiting his own skin fully. Stoicism calls for living truth over playing a part. Real Sigmas embody this, their genuineness a quiet rebellion against a world of facades. They don't perform strength, they are strong, every move a reflection of who they are, not who they want you to see. This is power that doesn't need a spotlight. Think of a casual encounter. The wannabe Sigma adjusts his pose, his tone, his story, always watching himself being watched. The real Sigma just is, present, engaged, unconcerned with the reviews. His authenticity isn't forced, it's a force pulling others in without trying. This anti-performance mentality is the Sigma's freedom. It's not about being aloof, it's about being real. Wannabes exhaust themselves acting. Real Sigmas energize the room by being. That's the difference between a hollow show and a solid soul. 10. Strategic selectivity, relationships as assets, not anchors. Real Sigmas know connection is power, but random ties are chaos. They choose relationships with precision, mutual growth, shared values, or strategic alignment guiding every bond. Their circle is small, deep, and fiercely guarded, built for strength, not show. Wannabes swing between toxic isolation, I need no one, and collecting shallow contacts like trophies, desperate to prove they belong. The Sigma invests where it counts and cuts ties without drama where it doesn't, loyalty immense, tolerance for nonsense zero. Stoicism urges you to pick your company wisely, surrounding yourself with those who lift you higher. Real Sigmas live this, their selectivity a shield and a sword, protecting their focus, sharpening their edge. Relationships aren't a crutch, they're a calculated alliance. This is connection with purpose. Imagine the wannabe Sigma bragging about his network, a web of flimsy links that leave him empty. The real Sigma has a tight crew, each member a pillar, not a parasite. He's not lonely, he's deliberate, building a life where every bond fuels his fire. This strategic selectivity is the Sigma's clarity. It's not about shutting people out, it's about letting the right ones in. Wannabes hoard or hide, real Sigmas curate. That's the difference between a scattered mess and a forged brotherhood. 11. The quiet apocalypse, unannounced evolution. Real Sigmas evolve relentlessly, but they don't advertise it. Their growth is a silent revolution. Knowledge absorbed, skills honed, strategy shifted in the unseen hours. You don't hear the change, you see it one day in their results, a tectonic shift that's already reshaped their world. Wannabes trumpet every journey, every half-baked plan, chasing likes over progress, abandoning it all when the hype fades. The Sigma's transformation is massive, silent, undeniable, announced only by the impact of his next move. Stoicism values progress over proclamation, quietly becoming better, not boasting about it. Real Sigmas breathe this, their evolution a private crucible where they level up without a megaphone. It's not about attention, it's about mastery, a slow burn that erupts into something unstoppable. Picture the wannabe Sigma posting daily grind updates, yet he's stuck in neutral. The real Sigma grinds in the shadows, reading, refining, rising. When he steps into the light, he's already miles ahead, his growth a quiet apocalypse that speaks for itself. This unannounced evolution is the Sigma's ultimate weapon. It's not about hiding, it's about letting the work roar. Wannabes talk a big game, real Sigmas play one. Which subtle shift will you make first? Drop it below and start building. You've just uncovered the 11 subtle traits that separate real Sigma males from the wannabes. This isn't just knowledge, it's a call to live it. Ask yourself, are you forging substance or just polishing an illusion? The Sigma path isn't about labels, it's about proving your strength in the quiet crucible of discipline and purpose. If this hits home, smash that subscribe button and join the Sigma male community. We're not here to chase trends, we're here to set the standard. Already subscribed? Turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson in self-mastery. Like, comment, share this with the men who need it. Let's build something real together. Until next time, stay Sigma.